Copyright information. Wild Magic. Book 1 in Animalians Hall series. 100 Halls Universe series. Copyright 2020 by Thomas K. Carpenter. Cover design by Raven. This is a digitally narrated audiobook. Chapter 1. Pax smelled blood on the way past the Firehound Dome at the Portland Supernatural Zoo. She stuttered to a stop, her shoes scuffing gravel on the path. She hesitated to test the air again, not that she wasn't used to blood. She'd dealt with buckets of the thick red stuff when she was in charge of feeding the manticore, but her nose hadn't been enchanted for hypersensing then like it was in that moment. She'd forgotten to have Esmeralda remove the spell before she left the herpetarium. The brief tang she'd caught had been like gargling coppery fire. It choked her. The unexpected wave of late summer heat turned the scent rancid. Even without actively sniffing, her nose burned as if she'd snorted chili powder. But her reluctance evaporated the moment she heard the shrieks of a wounded animal. The noise had come from her right, off the path, in a thicket of trees. Leafy branches whipped her bare skin as she burst through the undergrowth, cursing for the first time at the zoo's policy of natural landscaping. Pax fought through a bramble patch where a thorny limb snagged her backpack. The rational part of her brain reminded her quite dispassionately of the sheer stupidity of rushing towards the cries of a wounded animal, especially in the confines of the Portland Zoo, which was considered the most dangerous zoo in the world due to the prevalence of supernatural creatures. If a creature was being injured, it was likely something larger was doing the injuring, which meant she could be rushing into a more dangerous situation than she could anticipate. When she broke through the underbrush into a small clearing, she had to accept that the rational part of her brain had been correct. Stupid brain, she chastised it. It was a dangerous animal. The most dangerous of all. And worse yet, there were 3 of them. "Where'd it go?" asked a tall boy in a striped t-shirt, wielding a long stick he'd clearly broken from a nearby tree. "In that hole," said a second boy, who had a zoo flag resting on his shoulder in the pose of someone who was always taken seriously. "Derek, you go over there and shove your stick into the hole. Me and Blaine will wait over here for when it comes rushing out." The boys hadn't seen Pax yet, but she'd certainly seen them, and with growing distress she realized they weren't just boys but well on their way to adulthood. Probably around her age, had been led to believe they were their parents' gift to the world, and had a severe lack of a working conscience. She'd rather be facing down a long-tailed dragon with bad breath, but there was no way she was going to let them bother even.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?